Have you ever wondered why some people seem to bounce back from life's challenges while others get stuck in cycles of pain and struggle? The secret isn't just positive thinking or willpower. It's understanding that true healing requires addressing all four dimensions of your being: emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual. Most people only focus on one aspect and wonder why they keep hitting the same walls over and over again. Today, I'm going to show you how these four pillars of healing work together like a perfectly orchestrated symphony. When one is out of tune, the entire performance suffers. But when they're aligned, something magical happens. You don't just heal, you transform into the person you were always meant to be. Let's start with something that might surprise you. Your body is constantly talking to you, sending messages through symptoms, tension, and energy levels. But here's the thing most people miss. Physical symptoms often aren't just physical problems. They're your body's way of expressing emotional and spiritual imbalances that have been ignored for too long. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how stress shows up as tight shoulders? How heartbreak literally makes your chest ache? How anxiety manifests as stomach knots? This isn't coincidence. Your body is an incredibly sophisticated communication system, and it never lies about what's really going on beneath the surface. The physical dimension of healing starts with creating safety in your body. This means addressing basic needs like proper nutrition, hydration, movement, and rest. But it goes deeper than that. It's about learning to listen to your body's signals and responding with compassion rather than judgment or force. Movement is medicine, but not in the way you might think. You don't need to become a fitness fanatic or punish your body into submission. Gentle, consistent movement that feels good to your body actually helps process stored emotions and trauma. When you move with intention and awareness, you're not just strengthening muscles, you're literally moving energy through your system. Sleep becomes your body's natural reset button. During quality sleep, your body repairs tissues, consolidates memories, and processes emotions from the day. When you honor your need for rest, you're giving your entire system permission to heal and regenerate. Now, let's dive into the emotional realm, which is often the most challenging for people to navigate. Emotions aren't your enemy, even though they sometimes feel overwhelming. They're actually your internal guidance system, providing crucial information about your needs, boundaries, and values. The problem is that most of us were never taught how to process emotions healthily. We learn to suppress them, judge them, or let them control us completely. True emotional healing involves developing what I call emotional literacy. This means learning to identify what you're feeling, understanding why you're feeling it, and expressing it in healthy ways. One powerful technique is the practice of feeling your feelings fully without immediately trying to fix or change them. When you allow yourself to experience emotions without resistance, they naturally move through your system instead of getting stuck and creating chronic patterns. Forgiveness becomes a crucial part of emotional healing, but not in the way many people think. True forgiveness isn't about excusing harmful behavior or forcing yourself to feel okay about what happened. It's about releasing the energetic grip that past hurts have on your present moment. You forgive for your own freedom, not for anyone else. The mental dimension involves healing your relationship with your own thoughts. Your mind is incredibly powerful, but it's also often your own worst critic. Mental healing means learning to observe your thought patterns without being controlled by them. Many of us carry limiting beliefs that were installed during childhood or traumatic experiences. These beliefs operate like background programs, influencing every decision and perception. Mental healing involves identifying these programs and consciously choosing to install new, empowering beliefs that align with who you're becoming. Mindfulness practices become essential tools for mental healing. When you develop the ability to observe your thoughts without automatically believing them, you create space between stimulus and response. This space is where true choice and freedom live. Cognitive flexibility is another key aspect. This means learning to question your assumptions, consider multiple perspectives, and adapt your thinking when new information becomes available. Rigid thinking patterns often keep us stuck in old cycles of suffering. The spiritual dimension isn't necessarily about religion, though it can include that if it resonates with you. Spiritual healing is about connecting with something larger than your individual ego and finding meaning and purpose in your experience. This connection might come through nature, art, service to others, meditation, or any practice that helps you feel part of the greater web of existence. When you cultivate this connection, challenges become opportunities for growth rather than evidence of your inadequacy. Spiritual healing also involves developing trust in the process of life. This doesn't mean becoming passive or avoiding responsibility. It means learning to work with life's natural rhythms rather than constantly fighting against them. Purpose becomes a healing force when you discover how your unique gifts and experiences can serve something meaningful beyond yourself. This doesn't have to be grandiose. Sometimes the most profound purpose is simply showing up authentically in your relationships and daily interactions. Here's where the magic really happens. When you address all four dimensions simultaneously, they begin to support and amplify each other. Your physical practices give you energy for emotional processing. Your emotional healing clears mental fog. Your mental clarity opens you to spiritual insights. Your spiritual connection provides context and meaning for physical challenges. This creates what I call the healing spiral. Instead of being stuck in cycles that drag you down, you begin moving in an upward spiral where each dimension lifts and supports the others. Progress in one area accelerates healing in all areas. The key is starting where you are, not where you think you should be. Maybe physical movement feels most accessible right now. Start there. Perhaps you're ready to explore meditation or spiritual practices. Begin there. Trust that addressing any dimension with sincere intention will naturally open doorways to healing in other areas. Remember, healing isn't about becoming perfect or never facing challenges again. It's about developing the resilience, awareness, and inner resources to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with grace and wisdom. Your healing journey is unique to you. Trust your inner knowing about what you need and when you need it. Be patient with yourself as you explore these different dimensions. True healing takes time, but every step you take toward wholeness creates ripples that extend far beyond your individual experience. The world needs people who are committed to their own healing, because healed people naturally become healing forces in their communities and relationships. Your journey toward wholeness is actually a gift you give to everyone whose life you touch.